Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cristina Barcelo and I'm a real estate agent in Tampa, Florida. Tonight I have a special guest with us, our local loan officer, Kris Brinton. Thank you for coming here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So, I would like to know a little bit more about the VA loans. Like I've mentioned to you off camera, I have a friend that is interested in applying. I know it's related to the military, but for those who don't know out there, who actually can apply for this loan and what do they need to apply?
Yeah, sure. So the loan is built for veterans and they need similar documentation that we get from any other kind of loan program. So for example, we'll take a look at 2 most recent pay stubs, 2 most recent bank statements. We're going to look at 2 years of tax returns and W-2s, and then a scanned photo ID and social security card. And what makes the VA loan a little different is we have to look at the if they're out of the military, the DD-214, which is kind of like a military resume, if you would. Those are for military members that have separated from the military. And then we also want to look at their certificate of eligibility, which shows us their entitlement for the VA loan.
Okay, that's good to know. And how many times can one apply for a VA loan?
It really depends on the entitlement that they have. If they bought a house with a VA loan and they've sold it, they may be able to buy another one. They may be able to do it again. It really just depends on the situation. But I've seen people use it multiple times, 3, 4 times. So it's kind of a case-by-case basis.
Okay. And is there a limit for this loan?
There is no loan limit as of 2020. So they did away with the VA loan limit, and veterans are now free to buy whatever property as long as it fits their DTI.
Nice.
Yep.
And I know as far as down payments, it kind of differs from other loans. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, definitely. So VA loans are great because it's 100% financing, meaning the veterans don't have to put any money down. There is a funding fee that the VA charges. It's typically 2.15% of the purchase price. But that can most likely be financed into the loan, and it most often is financed into the loan, so veterans don't really come out of pocket for a down payment. They are responsible for closing costs though. Similar to any other loan program, the seller can opt to cover some closing costs if they choose to.
Is there any difference between this type of loan, the VA loans, from the other loans as far as the steps or even the requirements during this process?
Sure, yeah, so VA loans are similar to FHA loans when it comes to credit requirements. They require a 580. The big difference between VA loans is the down payment. So it's 100% financing, meaning 0% down. There is a VA funding fee, which is 2.15% of your purchase price. But more often than not, we just roll that into the loan. That way you don't come out of pocket for any kind of down payment. Another big difference is the wood destroying organism inspection as well. So on VA loans, that's a requirement. We want to make sure that there's no termite damage. On other loans, it's not a requirement.
Oh, nice, that's interesting. And as far as the term of the loan, any difference or how usually is the term?
Yeah, very similar. So 15-year, 30-year fix. There's some other options too as well, but the 15-year and 30-year fix are the most popular amongst buyers.
Awesome. So can you tell us what type of properties can people apply for with this VA loan?
Yeah, so again, similar to other loans, you can do a single-family residence. You can buy a multifamily unit with this, and then you can also buy condos, townhomes. So very similar to other programs. If you're trying to finance just a random piece of land or something, one-off, probably gonna have a hard time with it. But if it's something, normal, you'll be fine.
Nice. And is there any exceptions to this loan?
Yeah, so typically the people who qualify for this loan are going to be the military members, the veterans. However, if there's a surviving spouse of a veteran or a military member, they also are entitled to the VA loan as well.
Any do's and don'ts that you recommend for people to follow during this process?
Sure, yeah, there's a bunch of them. So we wanted to keep veterans and borrowers away from transferring large sums of money between accounts. So if you want to transfer $10,000 from a checking account to a savings account, we typically tell you just to keep it in one account for the entire process. No big, traceable cash deposits in an account. No new credit is going to be a big thing. We don't want you guys opening up any new, cars, credit cards, nothing like that. Just keep everything the same throughout the entire process, and you'll have a smooth closing.
Awesome. Well, we are so happy to have you back with us explaining about the loans. Tonight, he educated us a little bit more about the VAs. If you have more questions, where can people reach you?
So if you guys have more questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me via email, text message, give me a call. My contact information is on my social media. So it's Kris, Kris Brinton, and then on my Facebook. And then my Instagram handle is Closed Loans with Kris, Kris with a K. So that's where people can find me.
Awesome. And I'll add our information always below the video. And I invite you to click like, share, comment, and before you leave, subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, Kris, for coming tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.